Alright, this is Boxing with the Truth, and I am the Truth. It's February 14th, 2015, and we are here with heavyweight Dominick Guinn, the Southern Disaster. How you doing today, Dominick?
Hey, I'm doing all right. How you doing? Boxing with the Truth.
Appreciate the interview and taking time to do the interview.
I appreciate you having me on.
And let's just make something real clear for the boxing fans out there and the heavyweights that thought Dominick Guinn was done and retired. He is not retired. He is active. He has not been in the ring in about a year and a half, but he is active and he is looking for fights and he's coming to get a world title. That is correct, right?
That is correct. That's what I want.
All right, your boxing record is actually 34 wins, 10 losses, and 1 draw, right?
Yes, sir.
And I just want to jump back to your amateur career real quick. I was pretty impressed when I saw this record. You actually have 290 wins and 26 losses as an amateur, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Are you actually still self-managed?
Well, I was, but I just I sat down and inked a deal with some guys. Investors out of Salt Lake City, Ted, Gigi, and John Lewis out of Salt Lake City, and they're working some good wonders for me. And I'm gonna do the rest. Like, I have to do the fighting, they're gonna do the talking and speaking up for me, and that's gonna keep me happy and keep me focused. That's been my problem. I guess just not having someone who really has my back out there to help me at the end of the day, because at the end of the day, you're going in the ring and you're fighting and you're putting your life on the line, and then you come out the ring and, someone, the promoter, the manager, someone is taking the money. And now I feel I have some good guys in my corner now that now I don't have to worry about, the money side anymore. I can just concentrate on boxing. That's been my problem.
Okay, so say those two guys' names again in case any other managers or trainers or anybody's looking to match up any fights with you. Who should they contact?
Ted Gigi and John Lewis out of Salt Lake City. That's it.
Okay. So maybe that's going to definitely get you some bigger and some better fights now that you got some people around you that can make the phone calls and make the money right while you can just go in the ring and do what you do.
Yeah.
Also, I wanted to bring up in the amateurs, you actually fought Kelvin Brock and lost to him in an Olympic qualification, right?
Yeah.
Why did you and Kelvin Brock never meet in the pros?
I think they were protecting us. The crazy thing is, main events, they actually signed both of us, and for years, I called his name, but once he ended up knocked out by Klitschko, I said, you know what, I'm going to leave him alone, because I actually felt bad for him the way he went down to Klitschko. And it was a fight that I felt, matter of fact, he beat me twice in that. No, I'm saying, 3 times to be exact. He beat me in the U.S. Championships, the 99 U.S. Championships. Then he beat me in the 99 U.S. Challenge, and then he beat me in the Olympic trial. And I felt I won every one of them.
So do you feel that he ducked you in the pros?
I think he did. I really think he did, but I'm not gonna say just he ducked me. Maybe he was looking for bigger and better things, and I understand that. It probably didn't make any sense of him fighting me. With both of us being, I guess, at the time, top American heavyweight, which I want to fight whoever at that time. And I guess he was on a rough draft trying to get special, trying to get the bigger fight, the big money fight. I understand making that move, but at the same time, I wanted to do a rematch. I wanted to get the redemption because I felt like I won that fight in that match. But yeah, 3 times, I guess you think he actually beat me all 3 times. I really don't think he did.
Okay, so now I know your career is kind of taking a roller coaster ride, and you were a prospect, and people were you know, I don't know if it was the pressure on you or people were saying you were going to be the next great American champion and all that. And it just seems like when you got to that fight with Monte Barrett, like things kind of all changed in your career on that split decision. Do you agree?
Yeah, yes it did. I'm going to go into this, but after this, I'm going to leave it alone. What halted my career, I felt like, was my management, my promotion. That I felt like that, you know, I had good people around me, and I didn't have to worry about anything. And I started finding out that things that was right. I wasn't getting the money that I felt like I should have been getting. I felt like my manager didn't back me up, and it went downhill from there. And I went into the fight, in the Monte Barrett fight, with it on my head. And I don't know anybody that go there and actually fought me. I mean, if you watch my first 24 fights, you see the joy and the passion I had in me. And that fight there, they took everything from the day right there, like a week and a half before that fight. That's when I found out everything. And then there, I had a game plan going into the fight, and I knew what I was supposed to do, and I felt something about Monte Barrett out. I fought the whole fight just on instinct. I don't even remember going in the ring, and I don't remember coming out the ring. It's just a crazy, unfortunate situation. But everything happens for a reason, and maybe it wasn't meant for me to, some heavyweight champion at that time, because I wasn't ready. But I feel I'm ready now. I have some people around me. I think I have the mindset and the brain now to cope with being a heavyweight champion of the world.
Is there a reason why you never got a rematch against Monte Barrett?
I think Monte, you know, like, you know how you, like, maybe you won a fight that you felt like you wasn't supposed to win. So I don't think he wanted to want a rematch. I mean, I want a rematch, but to me, you know, they pushed past it. I think he ended up fighting somebody else, and that was it. They just, you know,
okay.
To move on.
So, I mean, I'm just going to mention a few names on your resume because, I mean, it's kind of long. So, but, I mean, over the last few years, I mean, you fought Amir Mansour, who's a guy that's coming up. A lot of people recognize his name. Eddie Chambers, Tony Thompson, Audley Harrison, obviously James Toney, everybody knows who that is. Monte Barrett, who we just discussed. I mean, Michael Grant, you know, when you won that fight, you know, everybody, you know, saw great things for you. And like we said, then things changed in the Monte Barrett fight. But I want to talk about a couple names that you didn't fight. And I want to know if any contracts were almost made or reasons why, you know, maybe you didn't fight him. Why did you never fight Freza Kendall?
We never got a call on it. My thing was, this is me, and this is how I am now. I always wanted to be the people champion. So anybody at the time was my promoter, and at the time, you know, HBO was big. The Showtime just really wasn't rocking like they're rocking now. But anybody that they put in front of me, I wanted to see you fight. That's who I fought. I never got a list of names like you have some of the fighters nowadays, where they get a list where you get 5 or 6 names. Well, hey, you can fight this person or this person on this day. I never got that. I always got, hey, we want to see you fight Monte Barrett. We want to see you fight Duncan Water. We want to see you fight Michael Green. That's what I got. I never got several names. I just got one name. And like I say, I was going to take her or leave it. And like I said, I've been boxing all my life. I've been 31 years. And, I love to fight. Whatever name they came with, that's what I got. It's put in front of me. That's what I fought.
Well, you know Freza Kendall's still active too, right?
Yeah.
So
I won't fight anybody, but now it has to make sense because and I like Freza Kendall. I don't see why would I fight him? Because like I'm not him out of pay or he's not trying to knock me out of pay, but we're both trying to get to the same thing, trying to fight push stuff. So I'm not saying anything bad about Freza Kendall. I'm just saying just in general. Right now my thing is trying to help the American boxing. I want to bring the titles back here, all of them, not just the one that the Brown Mama got, but we
Okay. Now I know you've just taken a year off, and I know you've gotten in better shape. I've seen some reports that maybe you got your motivation back, and you're coming after the world title. So I just want you to remark on a few comments that I read that were written about you, and I want to see what you had to say on them. It says, in your past, it said somebody wrote he lacks heart in some of his fights. What do you think about that?
You know what? There's never was. There never was heart. We never was that. My thing is, every time I went in the ring after the Monkey Ferry lost, I went in the ring still kind of depressed and sad, just knowing that here it is, I'm going in the ring, I'm putting my life on the line, and I'm probably not getting all the money I should get. My manager or my promoter, they're just taking more than they're supposed to take. And that's what I had on my mind in every fight that I've been in since the Monkey Ferry fight. That I win each fight just like that. Not even concentrating on what I need to do. I just went in there with that on my mind. And I feel just in the last year and a half, I've been able to just really put that behind me. And I had a good friend, Jesse James Leha. Him and I was running together a few years ago. And we was running at Memorial Park in Houston, Texas. And he told me, just put it behind me, and it was hard. I'm not going to say it was like an addiction, but that's how it was. But I couldn't get it out of my head. It was just always constantly, like engraved in my brain that, hey, this is what's going on. And I felt like they took boxing away from me. They took the passion away from me. I never lacked heart. Like I said, I don't know how, some of these bitch-ass writers can say something like that, like you only had a heart to get in the ring. So like find something else to say. Find heart. Any man that gets in the ring has heart. So don't say don't have heart. No, I might have lacked passion or some other things, but it wasn't heart. I have all heart in the world. And
do you think a lot of that just comes from and you've known this, and I know I've seen you make this statement before too, so you know it, that a lot of times you don't throw a lot of punches, so people perceive that as lack of heart or being lazy or out of shape, and that's not the case. That's just, like you said, maybe it was just a lack of passion.
Yeah, that's exactly what it was. And just, like I said, just wasn't there. Just wasn't mentally there. And to be honest with you, one of the rings, you have to be mentally there before anything. You can actually be in great tip-top shape, or you be in bad shape. And if you're more mentally there than the other guy, you have a better chance of winning.
Okay, just real quick, I want to touch on some friendships that you had. How close were you with Arturo Gatti in Vernon Forest?
Arturo Gatti and I were just cool. I'm not gonna say I talk to him every day, but every time I would see him out, we would talk, associate stuff. Now Vernon Forest and I were he was like a big brother to me. I met Vernon in 1991. I was in the Junior Olympics up in Marquette, Michigan. I actually was walking around the campus, just going into different dorms, and I went in and met Vernon Forest, and I didn't know who he was. He introduced himself, and we ended up exchanging names. He told me where he was from. I told him where I was from, and we were talking about the Northern Michigan program. And ever since then, him and I have been, just like brothers. And one thing I can say about him was, like I say, is that R.I.P. my big brother. But till the end of the day, he was the type of person that I think about this guy every day, because his only friends were other boxers. He didn't like say, if you really was roll with him, or if you didn't box with him, to me, the conversation him and I had, that's what he hung out with, the box. Vernon Forest, the legend.
Okay. So, all right, let's get back on your boxing career now. I've like I said, I've read some statements and I've watched some interviews about you talking about other boxers and stuff. So, and I actually saw a future made matchup on. Are you familiar with Dominick Brazil?
Yeah.
What would you think about fighting Dominick Brazil?
I would fight him. I actually got a call back, maybe back in December about fighting, but they called me like maybe a week and a half, 2 weeks before. I think the fight might have been like December 13th, and they might have called me like December 2nd, 3rd on fighting. And my thing is now, I know for the last maybe 6, 7 years I've been taking fights last minute, but you know I feel like I'm not at the end of my rope, but I'm here. I'll be 40 in 2 months. Give me some time. Like I mean, you treat me like a bum, but at the same time, if you feel I'm a bum, then give me 2 months of training. And I guarantee you I can beat any of these guys. Any guy they put in front of me. If you give me 6 weeks or you give me enough time to have training camp, that they don't want to do this. They want to call me a week and a half, 2 weeks before a fight, and then shoot all of them with pennies. The fight to come to California, come somewhere and fight somewhere. Give me plenty enough time to train, and I guarantee you see the Southern disaster.
So do you keep track of the heavyweight division pretty close? I mean, do you pretty much know who everybody in it is?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Okay, are you familiar with, there's actually a 50-year-old heavyweight. He's actually 46-4. His name is Billy Wright. Do you know who he is?
No, you know what?
Well, I
heard his name. I heard the name. I heard him. Are you interviewing him next week?
I am actually tomorrow, and I talked to him today, and he would actually be willing to fight you. He said he can knock any heavyweight out in the division if somebody would give him a chance. He's actually ranked 23rd in the United States right now and 64th in the world.
Okay, well, shit. That's all we have to do. I don't have a promoter. I have a manager. If you got a promoter and whatever, hey, let's make some money right now. We can fight in my backyard, his backyard. I don't care. Well, come on.
So would you like me to give him your contact information tomorrow?
No, you don't have to give him my contact information, but you can give him, because I don't have a promoter. All they have to do is just, like we're saying it now, all they have to do is just make it right, and we get it done.
Okay.
I want to fight. And like I said, if he want to fight, then we can fight. So we set up a date here, because like I'm fighting February 28th in Salt Lake City. And that's a tune-up fight, and then I'm ready to rock and roll. So.
And he actually has a fight in March. So
it sounds like we need to be moving again. Shoot, April or May. So like I said, we wait and see. Like I said, I mean, you know, guys are real quick with talking about what they'll do. I'm pretty sure he's on Facebook like everybody else, but I'm sure he's real tough. And so yeah, he'll take this and take that. But we'll just wait and see.
All right, let's bring up.
You heard me say that I will take the fight. I don't know who he is, but I will take the fight. And let's rock and roll and go with it. That's already a career on red gloves. Not no everlast gloves, and not no rival gloves, bullshit gloves. That's a career on red gloves right now. So we already know that. That's what I'm saying. And let's rock and roll.
All right, let's bring up another name that seems to get brought an awful lot up in every interview you seem to do. And I want to know if you still want to call him out or if you've just moved on past him now. Chris Arreola, do you still want to fight him?
You know what? And the crazy thing is I got a call, I didn't get a call. Two guys from the boxing gym that I'm training at got a call about myself fighting Chris Arreola on March 13th out here in California. So I'm waiting to see if they're going to get the money out of the stuff. And yeah, I will. Hell yeah, I'll fight. Yeah, I still fight Chris Arreola.
Okay,
it doesn't make any. I guess it doesn't make any sense for either one of us. But if they want to fight me, yes, I will take it and move on.
Let's bring up another name. And when I heard this interview, I could really tell that you really don't like this guy. Why don't you like Tyson Fury?
He is not from America. I have a war against fighters from other countries, especially from Europe, Germany, all that, everything over there. I'm anti American heavyweights. Like I said, that's why I said I don't want to knock any American heavyweight that's trying to do something, trying to bring back the titles here to the United States. But I mean, yeah, I know I have to do what I have to do, so I will fight anybody. But at the same time, if I had my preference, I'm trying to fight all of the European fighters. That's what I want. That's what I want. And I had already said Tyson Fury.
Okay, what about Stavern? Would you like to fight Stavern then?
The Stavern and I are cool. Like I said, I will fight anybody. I'm gonna make that statement. I will fight anybody. But like I said, I mean, it don't make any sense right now. He doesn't have a WBC anymore. So I mean, I'm not looking to fight him. Now, if he had a WBC, Arreola will fight him. But no, it don't make any sense now. My thing now is I'm trying to get to the heavyweight title, and if it's not making any sense, I'd like to say I don't want to do it.
All right, well,
get me one step closer to getting a title shot or the title. Yeah, I'm down.
Speaking of one of the title shots, you actually just sparred with Deontay Wilder to get him ready for that Stavern fight, and now that he has the title, I mean, would you want to fight Deontay?
Yeah. If they call me for a fight, yeah, I'm gonna take it. I would love to fight.
So
he's a great guy. I enjoyed being in training camp with him. Very stand-up guy. Before I really didn't know him until I went down there. I spent 2 weeks down there with him, and he's a great guy. And he's American, and he's from the South. So it's just like you.
So let me ask you, because you've been in the heavyweight division for a long time, and it's kind of changed quite a bit since you first got in it. What do you think the problem with the heavyweight division is now compared to when you first started fighting in it?
I've been saying it a long time. The problem is that everybody is politics trying to put their fighter in the title shot instead of fighting everybody. Instead of, they want to be the people's champion, taking any fight that comes. All they want to do is try to see how close they can get to getting a title shot instead of ducking people. That's what they're doing.
So now you mentioned you have a fight in February. Is that what you said? At the end of February?
Yes. I'm going to fight, 8-round tune-up fight in Salt Lake City, February 28th at the complex in downtown Salt Lake City.
Do you have an opponent yet?
Say that again?
Who's your opponent?
I don't even know yet. They mentioned a few names, but like I say, I think the money is not really great. I know I'm not getting anything, but I think that's the spot. But I'm gonna be ready for whoever shows up. Because I know that at the end of the day, with me having 10 losses on my record, people still show up to fight me. But I'm gonna be ready and trying to get one step closer to the heavyweight title.
Yeah, and it's not like any of those losses were to bums. I believe everybody recognizes the names that you lost to. So, I mean, you've never ducked anybody in your career as far as I know. And you're an outspoken fighter, and like you said, you're willing to fight anybody.
Yes.
So, who do you feel that it makes sense for you after this tune-up fight to fight? Who would you actually like to fight next?
To be honest with you, anybody that's going to get one step closer to fighting for the heavyweight title. So if it's somebody, an eliminator or something like that, I'm ready to rock and roll. But I don't want to sit and fight, somebody that doesn't make any sense to the fight.
So you don't want to call anybody out? There's nobody in particular that you would really like to get in the ring with right now?
Oh yeah, Tyson Fury. Yeah, come on, Tyson Fury. Tyson Fury for anybody that feel they can beat me. I feel that I'm a bomb, feel I'm washed up, and you're going to catch me, and you're going to give me, I guess, enough time to prepare for a fight to me this week, like any other fighter would get. And then I'll fight anybody.
So any of these young prospects that are coming up that want to try to put a name on their resume and think that Dominick Guinn is washed up and you can just use his name on your resume, he's more than willing to prove to you that he isn't washed up and that you're going to have to earn that name on your resume, correct?
Yeah, you're going to have to earn it, but at the same time, I don't want to knock the young and up-and-coming heavyweights that are coming up, especially American heavyweights. I actually I had to apologize to Gerald Washington. Gerald Washington, a guy, I guess he's from Southern California. Well, he's from Northern California, but him and I, introduced me to him at the Stavern and Wilder fight. And I didn't know him, but I was in an interview in Texas in the gym, and someone asked me, said something about Gerald Washington. So I went to, kind of talking mad, like, hey, I want to fight. And that's all it was. And that's why I had to apologize and tell him, hey, man, it wasn't nothing no hard feelings against you. No hard feelings against you. It was just I'm trying to, get a fight, trying to make a fight, because still at the end of the day, I feel like that I'm here, I'm trained, but a lot of these people, a lot of the fighters nowadays, they want to call me a week and a half, 2 weeks before the fight. They don't want to give me much time, so that's why I feel like I had to call names, and maybe that person will call and give me, an equal amount of time to get shape. So I did apologize to Gerald Washington. Him and I and Charles Martin all had fun out together at the fight, and there were two guys that I liked. I told them that I really look forward to watching that fight and coming up in this division, because both of them guys were like 6'4", 6'4 and a half. They were big guys and cool, laid back. They reminded me of Deontay Wilder. Just like being around and just laid back, like you wouldn't even know they pop until you ask them what they do. Just thought they're basketball players or something. But I mean, I like that. I like being around guys like that not taking it as sticking there all day. And that's what I enjoy about myself and other American heavyweights. That I haven't really ran into anybody, I guess, in this division that takes there all day.
So what's something your boxing fans don't know about you, Dominick?
Well, I guess I don't know. I don't know. I'm a good guy. Laid back. What they don't know, probably, I have my passion back. That's probably what they don't know. I have my passion back. I'm back in love with boxing again, and all I can do is prove it, just show it. If you always bet on me, well, I can probably guarantee that next time you're sitting in the ring, that you're gonna make some money. I'm gonna make some believers out of a lot of people. And like I said, I like being the underdog. The favorite now. I want to be the underdog.
All right, well, listen, I'm going to end the interview on that. I appreciate you taking time. And boxing fans and all the heavyweights out there, you heard it, Dominick Guinn. He's stepping back into the ring at the end of this month, and he has his passion back, and he's willing to fight anybody. So get a hold of him or his team, and let's make it happen. And let's see Dominick Guinn in some TV fights in 2015.
Yeah.
All right.
Can't wait. Next time you see me in there, bet on black.
All right, thank you, Dominick. I appreciate it.
Thank you, Mark. It was the truth, man. Thank you.
All right, and the truth has spoken.